Okay, so I'm just going to show you some highlights from this video. There is Maria Martinez and her son, and here's the region that they live in New Mexico. And right now she is collecting clay. So you see they've got a little screen that they're going to run it through, and they're going to bring it back to the pueblo. And she takes the clay that they've run through a screen and adds the water to it, and then starts mixing it together. So you think you've got it hard trying to find good clay in a bag. You got to start with the clay if you're Maria Martinez, and she's wedging it, just like we wedge our clay. Once she's got it, she's going to go inside, and she's got like a little form there that she's making the base, just like we made bases in our hands, like with the hamburger patty method, but she's got a little curved base. So if you have a bowl or borrow a bowl from me, you can start inside that. If it's a plastic bowl, you will want to like put some paper towel in there so that it doesn't stick. And then what she's going to do is she's going to start adding a coil to this. So she's working the clay in her hands, and then I'm going to let her show you how she starts her coil very much the same way that we do. She's going to roll it out in her hands, and then she lays one coil on top of the next and starts to scrape and sort of pinch. You can see she's going around in a circle. So it's like working on the wheel, except she's moving the clay instead of the wheel moving the clay. And so it takes a little bit more practice. So here she's kind of working those together. And as she continues to work, she starts to get to a point where the surface is pretty good, but she wants to come back, and she's using a shell. But this is where you guys could use your scrapers. She's sort of supporting the inside and scraping the outside to smooth out that form, balancing, how much pressure that she puts on there. Then she's going to take the whole thing and she's going to paint it with this red terra sigillata that I told you about. And then it gets handed off to her son, who, with this very skinny, long brush, look at how smooth he is with it, paints a different color slip on there. She's already burnished the terra sigillata so that it has that shiny surface. So this new stuff that's being painted on will not have the shiny surface. But I want you to see the firing techniques. So they're going to go outside, and here are the pots, and they've got wood and split chips of wood here to start building a fire. And they're going to cover up those pieces with garbage can lids and other pieces of metal that they have around them. And then they're going to stack animal dung. So this is poop, dried poop, as a source of heat, and they're going to burn the whole thing. So he's lighting the fire. And when it starts burning, they are going to cover it up with um, ash and other dirt. So it all smolders inside. So the heat's still there, but they're kind of robbing it of oxygen, which is a technique that they use to create what's called a reduced environment. There's less oxygen, the amount of oxygen in there is reduced. And because of that reduced amount of oxygen, the heat is looking for a source of fuel in there, and that will change the color of glazes, or in this case, slips. So the next day, when they come out and the thing has started to cool down, they can pull out the pots, and you can see with a stick, the pots have now turned that black color. So there you go, from the ground to a black on black piece of pottery by mastercrafts people from the Southwest. So I'm going to escape out of this and stop this video